Hi all, welcome back to Enemy Action Kharkov, Soviet Soul, Take 2, Part 48, no, 49, is it? 49 I think, yeah, 49. Um, okay, so, well, just about to start a new turn, aren't we? Yeah, we finished the turn, and that's right, isn't it? Yeah, done the end of turn phase, I've moved the game turn over. Yeah, okay, so we're just about to start turn 6. Okay, so we can get that started. Pretty late at night here though, so I should probably keep my voice down a bit. Not want to finish work, but I wanted to jump on and get a little bit done. Just want to talk about this issue that's come to light for me again. The wee light bulbs went ding again. Martin made a comment on it was part 47 I think, saying that everything looked great and whatever. However, he did say that he thought I misspoke regarding the finishing of a unit. Maybe I should have had. Well, you know what? I don't need to show you. I just need to talk about where I was getting this wrong, because right away I was ready to challenge him, and then but I've been there before, and I thought, right, like I replied to him, he doesn't get things wrong, so. Sorry, Martin. I know you hate all that. You hate all that praise, and you're probably cowering in the corner right now. But you're keeping me right. You know, you're keeping me right, and I'm so glad that because you spoke about this before about talking about ending in a position hex, and we're talking about action step 8 here, right? On turns 5 to 7, action step 8. If not adjacent to a Soviet unit, move closer to nearest Soviet unit, okay? And, but he had mentioned it before about, because preference A is adjacent to Soviet unit, preference B is empty or garrison position hex, which I had a little bit of an issue with, which I got that one straightened out. So, and then it had been mentioned by you before about not looking at the empty position hex, and I thought, well, wait now. Once preference A is adjacent to Soviet unit, so once you get adjacent to the Soviet unit, you can then look at preference B, which is empty or garrison position hex. So if we move, right, hang on. Yeah, and I remember where it was now. So this unit had moved from here, right? So we had two choices. This unit was wanting to move. No, something's changed, isn't it? It wasn't there and there. Is there something moved out of there? Or something's changed, isn't it? Hang on a sec. Let me grab this guy and pretend that he's right. He's in the reserve units box, right? Just chuck him over the top. Hopefully I'll fix this. So we're looking at this guy moving adjacent to here, right? And this is the area that it happened, because it was this position hex here. So I've got these two hexes they're my two choices, and they're both adjacent to this unit. So, so if not adjacent to Soviet unit, right, move closer to nearest Soviet unit. Prefer A, adjacent to Soviet unit. Okay, there's my two hexes. Now, here's when I then make my mistake. However, I want to really bring this up because I think people could easily make this mistake. Because as we've now been accustomed to looking at these preferences, you start with preference A, you go on to preference B, and then to C, D, E, and you work your way through them. And it clearly says in the rules somewhere, hang on. Yeah, okay, I think I found what I wanted to look at. Page 14, 8.2, selection preferences. Many command instructions include lettered selection preferences to be used when more than one hex, unit, or stat meets the instruction's requirements. When more than one item is eligible, process the preferences in alphabetical order. If preference A applies to just one item, select that item. Okay? If A applies to more than one item, then apply preference B to those items, and so on through the letter preferences until the choice is narrowed to one item. If a preference applies to no items, skip it and proceed to the next preference in the list. Okay, so I mean, I got that from the start, and I liked the way they've done that in this game. It seemed to be more, I know they've done a bit of that in Ardennes, but it seemed to be more streamlined in this game. So you're getting in the habit of doing that. So going back to our example here, this is wanting to move adjacent to these two hexes. So again, just going back to the preferences, preference A, adjacent to Soviet unit. There's our two hexes, right? So let's move on, because we've got two, we don't stop there, we need to, there's two choices. Preference B, empty position hex or garrison position hex. Between these two, right? There it's there. That's us got one now. Now we should be able to stop. We don't need to go any further. We've got one and we've stopped. That's where the unit should go, okay? However, no, that's not what should happen. And this is why I want to bring it to your attention, because I've said to Martin that I think it would be nice to have something, and now maybe this is just me looking at it this way, but I think it'd be nice to have something in there to say that if preference A turns out to be right and you can move adjacent to a Soviet unit, you should then stop. You're not looking at these preferences anymore. You're then moving on to 10.54, movement adjacent to Soviet units. And this is where I was, if you notice, I was getting a bit confused. I was saying, well, okay, I'm following preferences within action step 8, and then I'm looking at preferences within movement 10.54, movement adjacent to Soviet unit. How do I do this? And then I was looking at going through all the ones in 8, and then moving on to 10.54 to check, because 10.54 takes priority over all these preferences in action step 8. Well, all of them apart from the first one. The first one is, can we get adjacent to a Soviet unit? Because action step 8 is just right. It says, if not adjacent to a Soviet unit, move closer to nearest Soviet unit. It doesn't say move adjacent to Soviet unit. That's its first preference. It wants to move adjacent, but if it can, it will move closer. Now, if it only moves closer, and we came across this, I says, oh, I can ignore 10.54 then. Yeah, because if I can't get adjacent, we ignore 10.54. However, if we can get adjacent, we should ignore the rest of the actions, the preferences in step 8, because they don't apply anymore. We are now looking at 10.54. And this is why Martin has said, because me, I was looking at the next preference, B. I was looking at B, and between these two, it's wanting the position hex. So I'm saying, okay, that guy will go there. And I think if you remember rightly, it was between here and here, but it went here because I was basing it on being a position hex. But what Martin says is, I got lucky really, because this one was actually in dangerous round. But this should have been the preference hex, and we'll just go through how that should have worked quickly, hopefully. So again, action step 8, if not adjacent to Soviet unit, move closer to nearest Soviet unit. This is his nearest Soviet unit, right? And we've found out these are the two hexes that he can choose from. So preference A, adjacent to Soviet unit, yes, he can move to either one of these two. Okay, let's not look at any more preferences there. Let's now look at movement adjacent to Soviet unit, 10.54, and look at their preferences. Preference A, a hex that would cause Soviet unit to become surrounded. No. Preference B, a hex not adjacent to a German unit adjacent to the same Soviet unit. Neither of them apply to that, right? Hex C, an empty hex. Okay, they're both empty hexes. Hex D, a hex occupied solely by German units not attacking this action, doesn't apply. Hex E, most movement points to reach, and this is where it clicked for me. Well, Martin, he explained it in the thing. He says that should have been 10.54E, and that is more movement. 1, 2, 3 to get to there, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to there. So this is where he said it should have went to there, but you were right in it going there because that was the other option, because this guy was in dangerous round. He was in dangerous round here, and he wasn't here. So, and it finally clicked for me, right, I'm putting this guy back. Was that where he was? It was, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Oh, maybe need to just double check. I know he was in the reserves. So that's when it finally clicked that action step 8, if you are moving adjacent, then wouldn't it be nice for them to have had, within that action step 8, I mean, it's not even in the rule book, at least I don't think it is. Let's hope it. Yeah, it's not even in the rule book. You know, if not adjacent to Soviet unit, move to a hex closer to the nearest Soviet unit. Hex selection preferences, adjacent to Soviet unit. And then just something to say that if you can achieve that adjacent to Soviet unit, don't carry on looking at the preferences, because I think you could easily just move on. I mean, or is it just me? Is it just me that would look at that and say, right, I've done A, but I've still not broken it down. I've got 2 or 3 hexes. Let's move on to B. Let's move on to C. You know, and then I was looking at 10.54, but I wasn't realising that at all. So I'm glad it's came up. I'm glad it's been brought to my attention. I understand it now. My feelings again are a bit. I feel like you could get caught out with that. Like I say, I don't know. Maybe it's just my thinking, but I think it would be nice if there was something there to say, look, if you're moving adjacent, stop. Don't look at any more of these preferences. Get over to 10.54. That's where you want to be, you know. So yeah. So well, glad I've got that sorted out now. And that's why I think Martin had mentioned it once before, and I think he even said, no, you would look at the empty position hex, you know. And I thought he had spoke wrong there, but yeah, how foolish of me, eh? How foolish. Yeah, it was clearly me that was getting it wrong. But well, watch out for that. I'd be very surprised if the majority cruise through that one and not quite grasp what you've got to do with that. But well, I don't know. Maybe it's just the dumb Scotsman here. Okay. Well, good to know. Thanks for clearing it up to me, Martin. And yeah, I'm glad you've got your game. He's got his game now, so yeah. But you seem to be doing a decent enough job of telling me where I'm going wrong and right. Okay. You're giving me a little praise here and there, so that's nice as well. Okay, well, let's get the turn started, and yeah, I don't have a lot of time because it is late at night, but let's get at least the start of the turn. So where are we? Reserve phase, so deploy eligible German reserves already in reserve box. Right, well, we do have 2 units that have managed to get across to the reserve box from the eliminated units box, and didn't manage to come out in the last turn, so we'll get them down and see where they're going. Okay, there's 2 reserves, so they were obviously eliminated and come back again to haunt us. So from 40 core, right, it's been a little time since I've deployed reserves, so what are the big points that we need to look at? Well, we still consider Method A first as well. Yeah, so right, let's have a look up in the map a bit. So we've got unit 17 first, selector number 17, then 18. I'll just get them down at the side here just now. So in their army area, which is from here across, yeah, so yeah, we're not in turns 3 and 4 anymore. Right, okay. So, yeah, so we're really looking for some position, empty or garrison position hex. Oh, hang on. That does actually count, that one. No, but we need to be proximate, yeah. I was going to say that hex is empty or garrisoned, or as a city hex occupied by only one German step. But that only came into it really kind of gelled with it when we were on turns 3 and 4, which is Soviet unit proximate to hex, or turn 3 and 4 hex is German city. So we're not on that yet. So we're really looking for a Soviet units proximate to. Okay. I don't think we've got a lot to pick from here, have we? That is going to be we're proximate to that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's only. Sorry, I'll show you down. Follow down there. There's a couple in here. This is in danger sound. However, it is outside the zone. Whereas that one's inside the zone. That one's inside the zone. It's not going to go. However, hang on. One of them is if within 3. Is it not within 3 of the core? Oh no, is that just one of the preferences? Yeah. Well, mind you, it is the second preference. So if I find multiple, like this one's not within 3, is what I'm meaning. That one is 1, 2, 3 is surroundable but outside the zone, but I don't think this one's surroundable, so is that not where he would prefer? However, no, I don't remember. We're not proximate to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, proximate to that. And that's probably not surroundable either. And, well, that's not within 3. I was kind of trying to keep them within 3 of the core. But there's nothing in here. These can't squeeze through even to get to the garrison. 1, 2, 3. I'm not. Oh, hang on. I'm actually proximate to that garrison then, eh? I'm forgetting. I can't enter the garrison. Soviet units proximate to the hex. Ooh, well, that's saying proximate to the hex. Right, am I missing something obvious there? If I'm looking at a garrison, to be proximate to it, it means come adjacent to it. Place unit and position hex meeting all criteria. Hex is empty or garrisoned. Let's just say it as this. Hex is empty or garrison. Yeah, in the reserve unit. Yeah, not in Soviet artillery barrage. Not in German reserve supply. Yeah, I'm just considering all these while I'm looking at this. Yeah, Soviet unit proximate to hex. Oh, yeah. I told you it's been a while since I've deployed a unit, right? Soviet unit proximate to hex. I'll skip the next bit that's turn 3 and 4. Disregard garrisons when determining Soviet proximity. So we disregard the garrisons. So we are not proximate to that then. And that's where it makes sense, because I can go 1, 2, and then I can end there or there. I cannot move. I'd be entering dangerous. Zone of control. I I can't then move into the garrison. So although I can move adjacent to the garrison, we're not, we're ignoring garrisons completely in this phase. Yeah, that was another one I was getting caught up with, wasn't it? Yeah, but I quickly forget things. So hang on, well, there's another garrison along here, but I don't think, this guy's not really getting up here, is he? And then we've got another guy across here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, they're just infantry. This is heavy going, 1, 2, 3, 4, so you can't get anywhere. And no. Okay, so I think it is possibly between 1 and A3. So Soviet unit proximate, yes, we are to all the position hexes. Unit would not be in dangerous round. Well, like I've said, this one is. I don't think that one is. It might be though. Now, do we have, what have we got in that hex? Is it just infantry? Well, you've got pop-off units here, Grant. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can surround them, can't we? So that would be there, and we can come in there. So this is in dangerous round, and so is this. This one is not in dangerous round. However, the two that are in dangerous round, and I'll just read it again. Unit would not be in dangerous round in place in hex unless in German city, in German map edge hex. Oh well, that's a map edge hex as well, isn't it? Placement removes dangerous round from another German unit, or from turn 5 onwards, hex is outside Soviet support. So it doesn't mind looking at the options because it's turn 5 and it's outside Soviet support. Hex is not Soviet town or city. Not adjacent to German unit unless, well, we're not anyway. So the A3, among qualifying positions, VP hex, position, VP hex with lowest position number, we don't have any of them. Within 3 hexes, a unit in the same corps, well, that's why I've put all the A3 down, because they all are. And C, hex that removes dangerous round from another German unit or enables another German unit to trace supply. No, I don't think any of them are going to be in dangerous round because we've been carefully dealing with that, haven't we? Yeah, this guy here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, wait a minute though. Maybe he is. Because he was outside the zone, wasn't he? He might be in dangerous round actually. I seem to remember 1, 2, 3, 4. No, maybe not. Well, hang on. Yeah, I can get into there, can't I? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, get your wee green cubes out front. So I'm not using my because I'm right-handed and this is over this side. So we can get a unit in there, and we can indeed get a unit in here. So that is dangerous round, that unit. So interesting. So that was preference C. Now, if we placed this unit in here, would that remove dangerous round? It would indeed. From that unit. What about the other 2 hexes? It probably would, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would, because I was using that coming across, and this one would as well. So all 3 hexes are going to remove. I know what it's coming down to though, it's going to be this one, because the next preference is not in dangerous round, and we already said that these 2 are in dangerous round. Because they're outside the Soviet support line, That's fine. Well, you know what? I'm going to leave him there because we have 2 units to place. So I think that guy's going to deploy there. What do you think? Yep. So did I say I couldn't reach that? Can I reach that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can actually reach that. We are proximate to that. Did that change anything there then? Because we're proximate to that, and it's within 3 of the core. Reserve supply. That one's not in dangerous around as well. However, that would have not prevented dangerous round on this guy because it's just 1 hex pass. So we could still go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into there, and then we could have went in there. So that would have still been the priority, I believe, because it removes dangerous round from that unit. Right. So now we've got 1 unit to play. So we still are proximate to these 3 hexes. These 2 are in dangerous round, and this one is not. They're all within 3 of the core. And like I say, again, these 2 being in danger of surround isn't a problem because they're outside the support. So yeah, I think it's going to come down to this one again then. So VP hex, no, within 3 hexes a unit the same core. Yeah. Hex that removes dangerous sound from our German unit. Well, this time there's not any. No. And not in dangerous round is the next priority, and this one is not, and these 2 were. They are, aren't they? Yeah, because this guy, I said, can go 1, 2, 3, 4 in here. Yeah, they are. They're in danger. The other guy is not. So I think that's where that guy's going to go. Okay. Yeah, well, let's go with that and keep our fingers crossed. Okay, that was deploy eligible German units already in the reserve box. Right, from turn 3, you may deploy Soviet units in reserve box with printed game turn 2 earlier than current game turn. So we do have somebody this time. We've got the first guards unit there, who's got a 4 game turn. So we are going to deploy him somewhere. Okay, I think I'll maybe try and just deploy him into this city then, if I'm allowed to. There's 2 units, 3 steps. This means getting a wee stack of units going there. There's only 1 guy in there, and there's 1 guy in there. We're not missing somebody else then, no? 1, 2, 3. So we've only got 4 first guards units. Is that right? Yeah, it looks kind of like it. Unless I'm missing somebody. So within the unit Soviet front area, yes. I'm just looking at tactical reserve deployment. In the friendly map edge hex or supply head road hex. So it's on a supply head road hex. We just trace onto that road and then off there. Within 2 hexes of a unit in the same front, with preference given to a unit of the same army. Well, he's going to stack with his army at least 3 hexes away from a non-isolated German unit. This is the closest 1, 2, 3, so just away. Not in garrison hex, but maybe placed adjacent. And then, oh, right, okay, yeah, from turn 5 in Soviet support, but we're within that line, so yeah, I think I'll just put them there then, because that means we've got a stack of 3 there in that city, and we get one of the units activations, then, yeah, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with them, but anyway. Right, that's that. So, and then we transfer all units from the current game turn calendar space to the reserve box. So I will do that. We're not getting any, the Germans are getting 2 stacks of 3 units each. Okay, there we go. We have the top 3 second SS units and 2 strength infantry units from 57 Corps. And you can see there's still a bunch of eliminated units there that could come and join the party as well. So, but that was all from the reserves. Nothing for us, like I say. And just looking at the calendar there while we're here. So it's turn 6, February 16th to the 18th. Fixed artillery range is 5, Soviet supplemental still 7, just the same. Set up ground condition markers. Okay, I thought it was, is that at the end of the turn we do that? Maybe not. Maybe it is at the start. Turn 6. I'm not seeing anything. Right, I'm not seeing anything again, but then again, what was it we had the turn before? Start Soviet support. There's no mention of that, and I was just looking at the sequence of play somewhere at the back, so better have a look at that. And this is it. Well, we need less than 17 would give the Germans a strategic victory. We're still sitting at 23, but you can see the pressure they put on, so there could be risks of losing points back to them, possibly. So we've just got to remember that we can keep to 17 at least. You also notice that now we can get the victory with greater than 25. Yeah, because I was talking about this turn, wasn't I? We don't need there's no asterisks to this, so we don't need to have the city. So if we can grab another 2 victory points by the end of this turn, we will win. Another 3 victory points. It's got to be greater than 25, and we're on 23. So we need 3. We need to hit 26. Yeah, good luck with that, Grant. Okay. Well, I'm not sure if that's a misprint or something. What? Hang on. Right, it's got turn 6, set up ground condition markers, and turn 7, start ground markers. Start ground markers on the turn 7 on the calendar. But I don't know, set up condition markers, I'm looking at page 42, just the campaign game, 18.33 ground condition markers. On game turns 7 through 13, the ground conditions vary. It's during the end of turn, right? I'm seeing it here. It carries on. Let's go turn 6. During the end of turn phase on game turn 6, mix together face down the 5 ground condition markers. Place 4 of the markers face down in the calendar spaces for turns 7 to 10, and place the 5th marker aside unseen. And then between 6 and 12, during the end of turn phase of game turns 6 to 12, reveal the ground condition marker for the next turn. Right, so it's something that's going to happen at the end of turn. Okay. I think. Hopefully I've got that right. Yeah, you're all about hoping you've got it right, Grant. Okay, so that's the reserve phase done. So card prep, well, we've been through this a good few times, so although there's 34 minutes in, so what I think I'll do with this is just get us ready for the turn. And I don't really have a lot of time, like I said. So it'd be better saving it for tomorrow night. Finished a bit earlier from work and should be able to settle down a bit better. Okay, right. Okay, so the cards, well, we've done it all before. These are the available supplementals. Let's see if we can get the Stavka card though this time. That was a right bit of misfortune, wasn't it? Okay, so shuffle up the availables and then draw. It's still 7, isn't it? 7. Hang on. That was only 8 cards. Should we not have 9? Hang on, maybe something stuck together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Am I missing something there? Oh, don't tell me. Shuffle available supplementals, roll the number of cards indicated. That doesn't feel right, does it? We were always having 2 cards left over, were we not? Oh dear. Have I blundered? Hang on. I must have made a mistake. How have I done that? I've got my 6 primary cards there, and I've got 8 supplemental cards. I should only have 7. Oh, dearie me. Oh, that's a big blunder. That's a huge blunder. How have I managed that? I mean, I've went through it carefully every time. These are all supplementals and I've got 8 of them, but there should only have been 7. There should only have been 7. Right, okay. This is a bit of a disaster. I just looked back in the video of me preparing the cards, and if you want to look back, or well, I'll show you what was what. I pick up the supplemental cards that were in the discard pile. After I shuffle up the supplementals for this turn, and I draw 7, and there is 2 left over. And the 2 left over turn out to be these 2. Okay, I've looked back over the cards, so they were the available supplementals. Now, when I'm looking through, these are the cards that I pick up from the discard pile that would go on there, that would now become our supplementals for this turn. Can I zoom out a bit? They're the order in which I show them on the camera, but you'll see there's 6 and there's 2 in there. Now, well, I say these are the order on the camera, on the video. This card here is the final piece of the puzzle. Well, this card here, when I looked just now, was lying in here. So, and I looked at the way I'd done it, and I put the cards were like this, and then I took it away and I said, right, I'm just going to check these are all not supplemental, and then I take the cards from that, put them like that, and then place them face down in the supplemental card pile, right? And the reason I feel like it's made a mistake, because it's going to be this card that is going to be on the top. I have no idea how I've managed to get that card, because I mean, I'd already drawn the 7 supplementals, so they're in there, and I managed to get this 3rd Tank Army card somehow. I can see maybe how I've done it, if I've drawn it from there. At some point in the turn, if I've drawn the card from there instead of the draw pile, then I would have drawn that card. Oh dear. How'd you fix that one, Grant? Good luck with fixing that one. I mean that's all I can come down to what's happened, because this card was in that pile just now when I looked, and then I looked at the cards. That was all the card, and it was missing. This was missing from the discards from the previous turn, and then the way I've set them out, and it looks like I've left that card on top, because I don't need to shuffle these when I put them back. You know what? I put them back like that, and then we shuffle them up and draw a 7 from them. And I mean, I don't show myself drawing the card, do I? Well, I draw it off camera. I have it over here, don't I? I have the camera over here and draw the card, and I put it, and then I show you what I've drawn. Well, we'll see the draw of that card, won't we? Wait, hang on. Oh dear, it's actually on video. Now, it's not something you would have spotted, because it's like I actually show myself drawing the card from here. It's the very first card I draw of that turn. I play the 6 army card, and then I draw the card from. You can actually see me drawing it from that pile. I mean, I wouldn't have expected anybody to have spotted that. Well, what can I do? What can I do here? How can I? Well, I can't fix it. I mean, that's me taking an extra impulse, and I've had an extra card that turn. It's all up in the air, isn't it? Well, can I give myself one less, make it worse for me this turn, I suppose? I mean, what can I do? I can't. I'd need to reset that whole turn. I'm sure you don't want that. And, I don't. Yes, I want to do things right, but we also want to get through this. I mean, we want this to be showing how the game should be played properly. But clumsy things are going to happen, mistakes are going to happen, and some of the mistakes I've made have been brought to my attention, and that's going to be better for me. Something like this is just a clumsy error that I've made, drawing the card from the wrong pile. Okay, right, well, we've done it. So can I fix it? So these are... Yeah, so... Well, can I punish myself by having one less card then? I should be able to... Well, I don't know. I mean, if I take 7 of these, I'm only leaving 1 behind. So should I take 6 of these? 3... But then the cards are going to be... No, that's not going to balance out, is it? I need to have 9 cards in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I need 9 cards. Well, what if I don't know how to fix this. I'm maybe going to ask for your help here. Maybe. What is the best way to fix this? I mean, we need these, right? We can't get round without the primary cards. That's set in stone. We've got to have them. I really need to have 7 of them. But I need 2 cards left in here. If I only take 6 of them, well, that doesn't work though, because I've said that There's 8 cards in here, aren't there? 7, 8. I need to end up with 9 cards in there, and there's 8 cards in here. And I feel like if I take... What I could do is... What if I took 7 and discarded 1 right away without using it? Yeah, because if I take 7, it means 1 card's left, and then the 8 go in, and that's 9. Is that right? 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. No. Yeah, I take 7. We'd leave 1 card in there. Then these 8 go on top, and that's us reset to the 9. And what I do from the 7 that I've drawn to punish myself, just randomly discard 1 off the supplementals, not including the primaries, but just 1 of these supplementals, just randomly discard 1. What do you think of that? I don't know, I think I'm going to need some guidance with that one. Is there a better way to deal with it? I mean, 3, 6. I mean, the other way is I just draw 7 and it means we've got only 1 random left over. Yeah, you're maybe just telling me just to do that. Don't know, I feel like I need to punish myself though, that's why I'm sort of thinking this way. Well, you know what I could do? I could do that, and I'm going to upload this video because this is 47 minutes just now. I'm going to draw my hand. But then... No, I can't do that. Well, I won't draw my hand. Yeah, we'll do the other bits. We'll shuffle... No, hang on, I can... Well, why not just leave that like that, Grant, until you get maybe, you know, Martin, you're the one that comments the most, you know, tell me what to do here. You know, primaries are fine. Do I draw 7 from here, and then randomly discard 1 of them, maybe, without using it? Do you feel like that's maybe... could balance things out a little bit? Because I've had an extra 3rd tank army card that I shouldn't have had that turn. That's kind of huge, isn't it? Or do you think it's gonna like mess things about too much, and I should just draw the 7, meaning there's only 1 random left there, then put them in the pile, and then from next turn we're back to normal? Yeah, let me know what you think. I'll leave the cards just now then. Yeah, well that is very annoying. Right, so German command card, nice and simple. We just shuffle them up and create a fresh deck. Okay, so that's done. Then we look at that action deck and looking for, right, that's 2+, so that's good. 4+, all 1 to 5, that's coming out. 3+, 5+, 1 to 6. We're on turn 6. Yeah, just the 1 coming out there. Escape the pocket. And then turn 6 we get a major offensive card. And, ooh, another advance. That was nasty, that one. Oh, that's us. We're in now. 6+, although I think there was maybe, did I not say there was 1? This one's going to come out at the end of this turn, and then that's going to be it actually. Right, so we shuffle these up and create a new action deck. Okay, so the action deck's now up to 14 cards actually. Yeah, I think 3 got added, we took 1 out, so edition of 2, wasn't it? Okay, well that's the cards done. Right, well we might as well sort supply out and then we can upload this video, and hopefully if I get up there I won't get one until tomorrow night, and maybe if any of you want to suggest what the best thing to do there is. Yeah, okay. Supply German units and then Soviet units. Yeah, okay, so German units. Right, no issues with supply. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be as much. A lot more supply checking in Ardennes, I feel. Unless it's just the game I'm playing here right now. None of these guys in any issues. This Rouse unit, yeah, well, this one was maybe a concern because I was told. Oh, that was it. I was reading some more rules of the German solo today, and the German solo Soviet units will not move. Don't think they move into a hex that they can't trace supply from. Yeah, look, let's not get games all mixed up, Grant. You'll get to that game when it comes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe actually. He's gonna have to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, he might be in trouble. We can't go anywhere out this way. We've got this road shut off. He really needs to hit this road here. Because this unit blocks the road here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's one short of reaching that. Six, and like I say, he can't go in there because we've got zone of control. I think he is. He can't chase supply. No, I don't think so. Okay, well, you know what? We're needing help with a question anyway, so we're putting out a supply on them. Right, where's that one? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. So we'll go with that and see. Right. No other issues with any of these guys. Up the top over there is all fine. I suppose there is a they've got their map edge this time, haven't they? It's just these units up here, but you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can trace off that map edge. Remember, it's not reserve supply. So yeah, I do think that guy is out of supply though. Yeah, not able to trace. Right, what about us though? I mean, there is a couple of guys down here. I think. Yeah, we'll need to watch this road, really, won't we? So he's on the road, comes in here. Yeah, I mean, if this Rouse unit was in one of these two hexes, we'd maybe be in trouble, wouldn't? Well, we would be in trouble with these two guys. I think so. So it's all right down the road because we can come down the road. Oh dear. Oh my. That was this last attack here as well, wasn't it? And this guy advanced after combat. Oh dear. Yeah, you're making this, Grant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're one short of reaching that road. Well. These two guys are out of supply. They are, aren't they? Yeah, I think they are. So he's out of supply, and he's out of supply, and we need to do something about that. I think the rest are right. I mean, this road is okay. This is where Kharkov is. Sorry, this is where Kharkov is, and you can see how important this is. But I should have realised that because we are trying to hold this town and moving up there. Well, not just that town. These two up here as well. But these can trace to this road, and this road traces down and away. That's fine. This guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is onto the road through Kharkov and away. Now he can trace into there, even though he's surrounded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then he's fine. These can do the same. This is fine. Yeah, the rest is fine. Yeah. Supply. It's always something you should keep an eye on. It can catch you out like that. There's that many roads, but you just, it's hard to keep track of them all. But there's an important me bit. I mean, that was just that advance after combat into there. If that guy had stayed there, we were fine. Now he's got a zone of control in this junction here. And we're not so fine. Yuck. Right, okay. And then over here as well, well, we know this guy. We let him. Yeah, that was me just forgetting. And this guy here cannot trace supply. He would if he had a defender adjacent, a friendly unit adjacent in here, but doesn't. So I'll put this out of supply marker, and then he still does retain his IP. So yeah, so a couple of things there. I mean, I suppose we've got this guy out, but yeah, we're going to have to do something about that. But you can see this force is going to start messing about with stuff there, so we probably need to just give up this town, I think, and try and fall back into this area. Maybe try and do something about this guy, actually. Maybe get aggressive on him. Yeah, okay, well, we can get around to that, Grant. So that was determine supply status. Place out a supply marker on unsupplied unit. Yes. Determine Soviet support line and use this turn. That's from turn 8 onwards. Yeah, that was the one I was making a mess of as well. Right, that's everything. That moves us on to the command phase. Apart from the fact I'm not drawing my hand yet. Okay, I'm just going to put this together. I'm feeling a bit deflated now with that card issue, but it's just a genuine mistake that's, but if you watch back the video, you can actually see me drawing it from here. I actually draw the card from here, and it is that card, and that all kind of makes sense now. You can see what it is I've done, not drawing from the draw pile, I've drawn from there, and I did kind of work it out that looked like it was the top card. And remember, it's not that I needed to have this deck shuffled. These are just, you know, you would then shuffle that at the beginning of the turn, but okay. Right, let me know please if any of you have got a solution to that, or well, you know, what's the best thing to do. I feel like I should be penalised, so I'd probably prefer to like discard a card, but you might feel that that's going to like ruin things, spoil it a bit or something. So if you've got any other better ideas, then let me know, and then hopefully when I come back in tomorrow evening I can try and push on. And by all means also, if I've got the supply bit wrong, but I don't think I have, yeah, you need to watch it. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow with the next part. Please let me know, guys. Okay, cheers.